Finally, it's the moment of truth. Johnny wants his beef Wellington to come out medium rare, and he's about to find out if he's timed it to perfection.
Super.
Oh,
that is beautiful.
I'm chuffed to bits.
I'm so happy.
With just over an hour to go, Johnny's well into preparing the main course, beef Wellington with Madeira sauce.
The biggest pressure for me from the cooking element of this, I think, is when we get to the function. It has to all be finished off there, and I'm going to struggle.
Johnny has set himself an absolute massive task, and that frightens me a little bit.
For dessert, imaginative cook Emily has created an unusual dish of mandarin sorbet and gingerbread with an apple coulis and a gingerbread jelly. With only half an hour left to finish, she's got a huge volume of work to do, squeezing dozens of oranges and minutely preparing the apples.
Emily, how are you doing?
I'm a bit behind.
You are being amazingly daring by putting things like this together. Are you not frightened that you're going to trip up here?
Yeah, I could trip up, but you have to do what you think is right.
She is unbelievable. I hope the customer understands her. We're always amazed by her thought processes and the way she invents the dishes she does. Will those guys get it?
You've got about 15 minutes to go, quickly as possible.
If they're going to serve on time, the semi-finalists now have to start packing everything up to transport it across the city.
So we're frying cod fillets, which are there, sitting on a bed of samphire, which is there.
The last hour just went sort of more quickly than I've ever experienced.
The contestants arrive at Charles Dickens' house, where the author wrote some of his most famous works, including Oliver Twist and the Pickwick Papers. With their VIP guests due to arrive in the next half hour and limited space in the kitchen, they need to get organised quickly.
You need to get in the oven to get your starters done. You need to get in the oven to get your meat done. Work out the timings between you.
Johnny's main course of beef Wellington has only just enough time to cook, so he gets it straight in the oven.
Right, things on the Madeira.
Yeah.
Quenelles are in the fridge.
Yeah, the quenelles are in the fridge.
It's 15 minutes before dinner is due to be served, and the judges of the Man Booker Prize have started to arrive. Among them, Ian Trewin, former literary editor of The Times, Giles Foden, author of The Last King of Scotland, and Jonathan Taylor, chair of the Booker Prize Foundation. But there's already a problem with the starter.
The top layer of the lasagna has curled whilst it's been transported because it's been left.
I think she's got her work cut out. Got to wait and see.
With the clock ticking, she has to replace the pasta disc on top of each portion.
I need to get them out 5-2.
Sheridan's rushed to be ready to serve up on time, but one of the guests hasn't yet arrived.
But it's always a bit worrying.
I'm just really worried that something, you know, the longer I wait, there's more chance for something to go wrong.
Finally, Sir Howard Davies arrives, director of the London School of Economics and this year's Booker chairman.
If you want to start plating.
Careful, because that quenelle could fall off.
Sheridan's starter is duck lasagna with foie gras quenelle and a sticky prune sauce.
The foie gras mousse and the sticky prune sauce are rather exciting.
Very tasty. Pasta's done well, but I think the presentation would have been significantly improved with some kind of greenery around it.
I've really enjoyed it, but I'm kind of glad that it's over.
James is next up with his fish course.
He's very good on timing. He's a lot of items to get on his plate.
It's very difficult to cook the fish just because that's just how you want it.
Whenever you're ready.
James's dish is pan-fried cod with gazpacho sauce, gazpacho salsa, and the controversial apple aioli.
I must say, I'm eating this with huge pleasure, and I think there's great freshness about everything.
The apple aioli, I think it's rather intriguing. Very interesting. I've never had apple aioli before. I didn't know you could do aioli with an extra ingredient of a fruit, and I think that's very clever.
Yeah.
I had never come across that before.
There's an awful lot of gazpacho around the edge, and somehow I think I'd like to balance it with perhaps a little more cod.
I think the opposite. I think it's really well proportioned. It's visually very, very beautiful. I think this is a wonderful achievement.
That was great. Just so happy that they really seemed to enjoy the dish. They wanted to know more about it. It engaged them. They thought it was a good looking dish, a good tasting dish.
The guests are waiting for their main course, but Johnny's not ready.
The beef is cooked. I've been called to get it up to the table, and I'm not being cocky or arrogant, but it needs to rest to let the blood come back down to make it so tender, and I'm not prepared to send that out for another 2 minutes, so they can wait.
Finally, it's the moment of truth. Johnny wants his beef Wellington to come out medium rare, and he's about to find out if he's timed it to perfection.
Super. That is beautiful.
I'm chuffed to bits.
I'm so happy. Like, we need to get going.
Here we go. Right, let's dig in.
Perfect colour.
I think the meat's excellent and the mushroom is lovely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely delicious.
I was happy with what I did, and that came out as I wanted it. Yeah, I'm still really happy for once.